Welcome back, guys. A lot to go over here today. We're going to kick it off with the 10 markets with the biggest price drops in the country currently. Denver, Colorado, taking the lead. Surprisingly, again, Colorado, we saw this on the list of states with the biggest inventory increases a few weeks back when I did that video. And specifically about Colorado, one commenter said, "Oh, big deal. It's up 50% from being practically nothing." And I said to them, yeah, that's how it starts. And here we are, 10 markets with the biggest price cuts. Denver, Colorado, number one. 34% of homes had price cuts, according to this Realtor.com report for July. So I'll toss that up on the screen here, guys, so you can kind of read through it with me. Austin, Texas, your usual offenders. Nashville, Tennessee, another area that had a very, very big jump in homes for sale year over year. We got Sacramento, Cincinnati. Miami only comes in at 6. So Miami getting some reprieve here. But still, not a lot of Florida on here. Los Angeles, St. Louis, Chicago, San Jose. So more and more data keeps coming out like this that indicates, at least currently, our inventory increases are slowing in Florida. Now, this is a July report. We are in the fall here, so this is delayed data, but things could have changed really drastically since then. So it's interesting to see Florida coming off this list more and more. Cape Coral wasn't even on here, which is a surprise. Neither was Punta Gorda, where I'm walking today. And this is really all you used to hear were just these two places. And now, man, we don't even make top 10s anymore. Times are changing. And that's even with the Wall Street Journal again hitting Cape Coral with the moniker of worst housing market in the nation. They put an article on it for basically stating that 3 years for sale signs litter every other block. And that's how it was here in Punta Gorda as well. Up until recently, there's, even in my walking videos, there's not as many as there were, but not the time to expect that either. So they're saying open houses are deserted for hours, foreclosures are ticking up, and builders are listing half-built shells at an alarming rate, which is all also happening across Charlotte County, southern Sarasota County. In Northport, we've seen this start to occur. So locals say the lack of traffic, people even being there, has led to an increase in vehicles speeding through their neighborhoods. So there's so little people driving around that everybody's turning it into a racetrack. Interesting. Now, they mentioned that most housing markets in the country are feeling some sort of shift right now, but Cape Coral is suffering from nearly every affliction that can cause a housing market to slump. And I will tell you, inventory's down in Cape Coral. It's still extremely elevated, don't get me wrong, but it's not over where it was in season. I'm going to be very interested to see where those numbers are going to land for the vast majority of Southwest Florida come January, February, really. Based on what I'm seeing, I mean, even around Charlotte, there is the potential for a year-over-year decline in homes for sale, which is not something that we've been able to say for years. There is the potential there, but time's going to tell. We're going to see how many people come back on the market that delisted. We're going to see how many people are still interested in selling, knowing that the market has slumped considerably. Even, people that were waiting one more year. We haven't had a storm yet, so that changes the dynamic down here as well. But it's still tough to get your house sold. There's no doubt about it. Got to be priced very aggressively. And I mean, builders, which I told you guys a few videos back, were raising prices now because interest rates declined, which I thought is absolutely just devious. It's just I get mad about it. I have them following up with me from months ago sometimes. People that I stopped and saw last fall, now all of a sudden calling me up, hey, we're doing this, hey, we're doing that. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe you shouldn't be raising prices. And now those aren't necessarily the ones that are, but it's interesting to see them follow up in that manner. So we'll see who comes back on the market, because, you know, the attitude when people delisted was, I don't need to sell, I know what I got. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out if you come back, I guess, especially now that we got lower rates. Really, really interesting season that we're coming into here, because like I told you guys as well, buyers coming in hot early this year. And I do believe it's largely to do with interest rates diving, but there also seems to be a push to get out ahead of January and February. They don't want to be in that competitive market. So we have basically seen most of the areas in Southwest Florida, aside from Port Charlotte, have an inventory decline from where they were in the summer. And it's to be expected, but there's less stuff out there to buy. There's just no way around it. Now, I still think in a lot of areas there's too much stuff out there to buy. There's just less than there was previously. So it's kind of cause and effect, guys. Once this inventory balloons like that, prices tend to suffer. People say that no. They said the same thing here. When inventory was skyrocketing, people were telling me it doesn't matter. Rates are coming down any day. Prices are going to go through the moon. That was 2 years ago. So it does matter. And even though the Wall Street Journal is still hitting Cape Coral really hard, they are seeing inventory declines again, like I said. Now, north where I am today in Charlotte, interesting data that I'm getting from the summer. Preliminary data indicates Charlotte County had a very stable summer. Punta Gorda had a stable summer. Most areas of the county, we're not seeing these massive price declines that we used to do. We're not getting these giant 15% month over month declines anymore around the Charlotte County area. It's much more subdued. It's still going down, don't get me wrong, but I've been seeing like 2%, 4%. So it's got me wondering, you know, even with the August numbers, price declines were very small. I got them in. Sales fell about 5%, but is it starting to plateau, or are we going to see a high velocity of price declines when we get back into season and things start moving faster? They're not moving slow by any means, but this is a slower time. And a question I get asked all the time is like, what's going on about land? I don't talk about land just because it's not, there really hasn't been dramatic. It's held up a lot better than actual resale homes have. So land is land. It's oversaturated, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of land listed out there, but we're not seeing the values of land dive the way we are the values of land with structures on it to that degree. So it's kind of, I don't know if that's something that's going to go back down. You know, land is kind of a hedge as well. I don't know if that land is going to see a big drop. Things are pretty stable, especially if it's desirable areas. But people do ask me about that a lot, so I figured I would touch on it. So I'm at the end of one of these cul-de-sacs here in Punta Gorda, and it's kind of interesting to me. Like, what is this? It's like, this a garden down here? What are we doing, guys? Is this city water? Is this against the ordinance? They're pretty strict about the ordinance out here, but looks like somebody's got a garden on one of the public land pieces there. That's kind of interesting. Never seen that before. Oh, speaking of things I've never seen before, took a couple friends of the channel out this weekend. It seemed like every house we went into was something I had never seen before. It's just a lot of weird stuff that I was running into, specifically down in the Rotunda area. But take a look at this, guys. Take a look at where this shower head is to operate the shower in this one home we looked at. Well,
I know, but it's just a weird.
That's new.
Just a weird setup.
So that was just one example. I mean, that was probably the craziest. I've never seen never seen the shower head above the toilet, or just generally not in the shower unless it was like a walk-around shower or, you know, a luxury style home. That I don't know what is going on there. And there was a lot of weird things in that house, but good. God bless them. Good luck to them. I don't know if that's something that I'd want to get involved in. So that's going to do it for me today, guys. If you like this video, give me a like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.